Hey, it's ZiziPandaBear, and I'm going to be doing a verbal tutorial on how to make goggles. I had planned on making an actual video tutorial, step by step how to do it, but I couldn't really figure out how to edit anything with what I have, and all I have is my iPod, which is what I'm using. I'm hoping to somehow get a webcam soon. Maybe for Christmas because it's coming up, but until then I'm using my iPod, and I'm gonna just have to be really quick and just try to do this all in one shot. So yeah, so what I started with was the eyepiece, which is this round part that keeps the goggles shape, and what I used was a toilet paper roll, and what I did was I measured about 1.5 inches and I cut it, and I made sure that each piece was uniform, well, not uniform, was about the same, size, measured. So yeah, I cut that, and then what I did was I took do I have one out? Okay, well, I took a, this is computer paper, and I folded it in half, and I cut it, and then I folded that piece, in half until, it fit around, it fit the width of the toilet paper roll, and so that it didn't hang off the edges or anything like that. And then I took some electrical tape and I taped it all the way around, and then I also took the tape and I taped it over the opening, so it'd be over this part so that it's closed. And that's just how I did it. I know my friend, she used fabric. She goes by Kandi Kid. I'll leave a link down here. She should be putting up videos pretty soon. And my other friend, he goes by Crazy Uniform Boy on YouTube. He used construction paper. So it's all what you want to do, but I used electrical tape. And I also painted the star on with some silver nail polish on a nail, with a nail art thing. But with this one, which is an unfinished one, I painted an X. So it's all about what you want to do. So after I did that, so obviously you make two, because there's two eyepieces. So next thing to make is the cover. And it's actually really easy. It's basically like making a multi. You start like how you start a multi with a single, and you'll keep stringing on beads until it fits enough around so that it's snug enough, but it's not so tight that it's stretching over it, but it's not so loose that it's just falling out. And then you start just building up until it fits enough over the eyepiece. Then once you have two of those made, what I did was I did this connecting part because I figured it'd be easier to do this part with the two eyepiece parts connected. So what I did was I found a bead that I wanted to start working off of, and I chose these two beads. These two blue ones, that are right between or right next to this purple one. And what I did was I took my string and strung it through all three of these, so that there was one end coming out of both blues. And then I strung beads on each one, and then I put you might not want three on each side. It might be too wide, but that's just what I liked. So yeah, I did that same exact thing, and then I used the star bead as a connector bead, and then I did the exact same thing on this side. And then what I did was I strung through two blue beads like I did on this one and tied it kind of going through this purple one. That way it was kind of uniform. So that's connected. Okay, and then the next part is the strap. And mine might be a little too long. It depends on how you want to wear it. I wanted to wear it kind of like a headband where it goes up here and then under your head, kind of, like, on the nape of your neck. If you know what I mean, like, with those, like, headbands that you slip over, and then you slip up. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but yeah. So what I did was, I made sure to keep track of the bottom, which is where you strung this, you know, connecting piece. And this is a little complicated, but I'll try my best. I found the middles, like, remember that purple bead we strung through? Well, you're gonna keep track of that, and what I would do is I would just hold it. I would fold it in half and kind of move it until, like, you reach, like, a purple one, and kind of make sure that it's symmetrical. Like, this is the middle, and then there's, like, you know, it's symmetrical on each side if you look at it. And then I'm gonna go to the other side, and I know this is in the way. I did 3 rows, so it was easy to find a middle, and I just strung it to the middle bead on that row, or that column, I guess. And it's, can you see this? I hope you can see this. Okay, you can see it against my hair. So, see how it's 2 strings? I strung 1 string through, and I beaded on both strings. And I find that that's a little more sturdy. So yeah, this is just a really random pattern, but I basically strung enough, and this is probably the hardest part, just trying to figure out if, you know, it's gonna fit. But what I recommend doing is keeping the eyepieces in whenever you're gonna measure it on your head. That way you get, like, a real sense of how big it's gonna be on you. And once you feel like it's enough, like, it, you know, it's gonna fit on you, you're gonna do the exact same thing you did to find your starting point. Just find this middle column and the connector side that you started with. Hold it, and fold it in half and line it up to where it's symmetrical. Hold on. Like that. This would be the middle. And then come to the back side and find the middle bead in that column and tie it, like, you know, kind of like a ladder. Like, put 1 string on each end of this bead and tie it off. And that's how you make goggles. It's not as hard as you would think when you look at them. Like, I saw some on candy patterns, I'm just like, whoa, like, how am I gonna make that? I really want to make that, but how am I gonna make that? But once you look at it and kind of just break down each piece that you'd have to make, it's not that hard. So hopefully that verbal tutorial kind of helped you. If I ever decide to make another pair, I might make another tutorial step by step like I had planned, or if I can ever figure out how to put together those videos I took about a month ago, actually. So, thanks for watching, if you watched it this far. If you have any requests on what you want a tutorial, and I know there's, like, tutorials everywhere, but, if there's anything you want to see me make, I don't know if that's even gonna happen, but, just comment or, you know, message me or anything on YouTube, and, I'll try my best. Thank you!